friends, welcome back. Today I'm going to give you a tour of our September first grade level work. So all the things that we're working on this month, we like to do things quite seasonally, but I still try to incorporate that with a kind of a rough plan, a scope and sequence that we follow, and then I just incorporate seasonal things in with it as well. So like I said, we are first grade level. I kind of like the Montessori style of things. I don't do everything Montessori, but I do have lots of shelves and I like to have our things out and available, and you'll see some of mostly the math material is very Montessori. So it's actually quite neat and organized right now, which is why I thought it would be a perfect time to give you guys a little tour of what we're doing. So for September, we are kind of going with a bit of an apple theme. So I've got some apple materials up here. These are printables that I have purchased from different places. So typically what I do is before a new month starts, I'll go through any materials that I have, downloads and things, and just see if there's anything that fits with what I want to be working on, and I'll print out the related materials. So I have some apple stuff, a few little autumn things peeking in here. We have some black bear things up here as well, because I like to do character development skills as well, not just like reading, writing, things like that. So I think character development is very important, and I am using the Character First Education. I don't have like their full line of stuff, but I've picked and chosen a few things that I have so far that we work on periodically. So right now we're focusing on self-control, and they use black bear as kind of their little mascot for this, and it talks about how the black bear shows and practices self-control. So I incorporated a little bit of black bear stuff in here. Also, we live in Tennessee and we have tons of black bears around, so it's perfect to incorporate that. I also have a bit of geography up here, continuing on from last month. This is just kind of an all-around thing. Like, geography is something that I like to work on, but we do it kind of like a loop subject. So we don't do it every day, but we'll do it maybe once or twice a week. So I have some of our geography materials up here. And also up top here is kind of more like my stuff. So things that I will refer to. So here I've got some apple materials. This is like a week-long part of a printable that I purchased. So I've got some things up here. And then also I have her little journal. This is where we're journaling our growing and planting that we've been doing. So that's kind of like her little garden journal, a farm journal. And then also we have our affirmations up here. These are little affirmation cards, and I like to use these to start our day a lot of times because it puts us in the right mindset. And then I also have her copy the first part, like the basic affirmation, as some copy work and handwriting practice. Then down here we have the really fun, cute looking, exciting looking things. So we've got a little bit of our continuation of geography up here with our globe. This is a little earth book that I've actually created. So I'm not sure if it's in there yet, but this will be available inside the Millennial Mom Community that I created, which is free, and it's a free printable that you can use as well if you'd like. So I'll put the link for that in the description box down below. You can check it out. And Zia has already done this one. So she's created her own little book that we now use and refer back to reference and practice our continents and oceans and things like that. I also have, yes, and reading. I also have some of these little leaf counters. I have 2 packs of them, and this is just a fun way to incorporate the seasonality in with our math work. So I just use these as counters. So we can use this to make addition and subtraction more fun. Then a little bit more geography. So that's just kind of randomly placed. It's a little bit out of place because I didn't have a spot for it. This is a bit more geography. So we have a geography puzzle map, like a wooden puzzle. I love this. I got this from Etsy, so I don't really have a link for this one. But it was just a kind of a cheaper alternative to the Montessori puzzles. And these are some continent cards. Again, these were a printable that I found. I'm not sure who they were from. I'll see if I can look that up. We use this in 2 ways. So first, I like to put the cards out, and she reads what the continents are and gives her practice. And then we match the puzzle pieces to the cards. And then we also can then take the puzzle pieces and put them into the puzzles. So it's a couple different ways to work with that and practice. Then this little work here, this is another printable that I got. This was part of a bundle, and it is so cute, and Zia has really enjoyed doing this. It's just like a little early reader kind of book. but it has the words on it, and then the pictures are separate. So she reads it, and then she finds the picture that matches what she just read, cuts it out, and gets to paste it in and make her own little book. And again, it's apple themed, so it brings in that fun seasonal element. Then this is a little bit more advanced math work. This is some addition. I have an addition booklet for practicing that is a printable I got from somewhere else. And then this is an addition strip board. This is a Montessori style thing where they can use to visually understand the addition that they're working on. So these are my 1,000 cubes, which I filmed a video showing how I made these. This is a printable that was available from another website, and you basically cut them out, fold them, tape them up, and I made a bunch of them. It took me basically all day. I did it like on and off throughout the day, among other things. But now I have all of these, and I did it for a specific purpose. There are 45 total that I made. So I made this so that Zia could do a 45 layout, and we did that yesterday, and it was really fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, I want to do it again today.
Yeah. And then we've got the Montessori colored bead stair. So this is, oops, these are out of order.
All the way through to
This is from 1 to 10, this one. And then I've got some more 10 beads, and so see, I've got beads, but then I also have printable versions because for larger work you might need more, and they can get quite expensive to buy loads and loads of all those beads. Then back here we also have, so you see I've got some more printables as well. I've got 100 squares, some more 100 bars back there as well. I also have these little booklets, which I did not make these. I got these from, I think, a bundle or something that I had bought. If I can find the link, I will share it. But these are, we have my book of units, my book of tens. We also have 100s and 1,000, which we have not gotten to yet. But Zia has done these, so you can.
Made them?
Yes, you made them. So you can see she's done it. It has tracing, the number, the written word, and then they copy the written word. So it's a good way for them to practice it, and then you also get to keep it after. And it's fun for them to use a book that they've created as a reference learning material as well.
And also you can read that again and again and again, and then practice your reading with it.
Yep, that's right.
As well.
Then we have the golden beads down here, which I've just filmed some kind of lesson videos for. You can check those out as well. I'll put some cards up if I can. And this is all about decimal system, place value, things like that. We've been working with this a lot right now. This is our 100 board, and it's actually, you can find lots of 100 board printables available online. I've done some where she traces them, but I have this one, this colorful one out as kind of the reference that she uses quite often. And then also, I have this game that comes with it. This was another part of a bundle. And so these are little strips that kind of have like riddles or like find the number that is 2 more than 83. And so they can use the 100 board, practice numbers like greater than, less than, things like that. Then up here we've got some more math work. This is, I've labeled some of these so that I remember specifically what they're for. This is number line work. This is a seasonal printable to make it fun for the time of the year, and I have created this, so this will be a free printable that's available in the membership, the free membership. So you check that out there. And then I've also, this is another one that I've created, so it will be a free printable available if you would like to use it. So this is basically the golden bead work, but in a fun apple-themed seasonal activity. And we have filmed a video on this, so you can check that out. I will put a card up, and you'll be able to get that download as well if you're in the membership. And then this is just a counting by tens puzzle. So this is to work on counting by tens. Then this is something new that I haven't shown you guys yet. We've only used it a little bit. But this is something I got on Amazon, so I can link this. And it is some math work. It's actually kind of a game, which I didn't realize when I bought it. I bought it just for the material itself, but there are multiple fun ways that you can use it. So yeah, this is the main reason I wanted it, is kind of basically a wooden version of this addition strip board, but in a little bit better visual way so that she can see, okay, like for example, 10, like what are some ways we can make 10? Okay, if we put a 6 here, then what else is going to complete it? And then you can visually see 6 and 4 is literally the same as 10. So that's why I wanted this material.
And it's really good because those are actually wooden, so they're better.
Yeah, they're a bit sturdier being
Yeah.
that they're wooden. It's nice. And then one side has also the written numbers on there. And then on the other side of here, which is really cool, is like little segments, like little
Why
cute
is that one
squares. And then it also comes with these little numbers and some symbols as well, so you can do addition and subtraction with the wooden numbers as well. And so you can see this little sheet was where Zia was starting to play with this as well. So she was making some equations, and then she even did a 3-digit.
5 plus 1 equals 6.
Yeah, and then she even did a 3-digit one over here, which was the first time she had attempted that. So that was fun. Now I also have these still up. This is more geography stuff, and this is just visual. We haven't like actually taught anything of this, but again, it's just reinforcing the different continents and then kind of getting an idea for the animals.
Right here.
Yep, we live in North America. And I stick little things like this up all the time. So this is a 100 square. This is a printable 100 square. And Zia was sometimes getting mixed up between 100 squares and 1,000 cubes. So I just literally numbered all of the beads and showed her how this is the 100 square. And immediately the first thing she said was, oh, it's like a 100 board on beads. So like just doing that made that connection for her. So now she thinks of the 100 board like this chart every time when she sees it, and now she understands how it's the same and how this is the 100. So little things like that can be helpful, and then now I just put it up there with some sticky tack, and so she always has that visual available.
And we've also made this like little traffic light. It has red, yellow, and green. So like, it's for emotions, like when you're like, what is that?
It's part of our self-control work, huh?
I actually made that. So if you can see, there's little words on it that I wrote. And whenever I start to get frustrated, I'm at yellow. I use that traffic light.
Yeah, so that was a part of this Character First Education. It was an activity that they recommended from here, and she really enjoyed it. Now over here, we have more of like our language shelf. So I had that one little book over there that is kind of language work, but this is where we have all of our books and things, and then I also have some language work down here. So this is kind of like Mom's library, Zia's library. These are reading books that she can read herself, and these are the ones that I've curated kind of the selection that she's at right now, like her level that's a little bit challenging to her, but she can still do it. And so whenever she needs to read a book, she can come here and choose which one that she would like to read, and that is her reading practice. And then I've also got some little random things down here. Excuse me, baby? She doesn't choose too much, but I have these available, like if we need to reference or just practice some handwriting stuff with the dry erase, we can do that. Some little puzzles, word puzzles. And then down here is our stuff that we use for the Washika reading program. So that has worked really well for us. I enjoy it. We've got the movable alphabet. We've got the Washika little cards in here, but it's little cards like this that you can print out yourself and use for the lessons. And then the folder has like the workbook worksheets for the lessons in there as well. And then over here on the table, I have a little basket of books. So again, this is like curated. This tends to go with whatever themes I want to work on for the month. So right now we've got loads of Apple things. Apple is kind of the main theme for September. Loads of good books. Also our little fall treasury book that I showed in the Amazon haul. Last but not least, we have some library books that I just picked up yesterday. So again, these are Apple themed. I've got some that are like early readers so that she can practice her reading with. And then I've got lots of like Johnny Appleseed books because we didn't have anything specific about Johnny Appleseed. So I grabbed those from the library. So we'll have a look through those as well to go with our Apple themed unit studies. This is a little chemistry kit that Zia bought with her own money the other day at the store.
So basically all my money.
So that has become part of our homeschooling. And the way that I use that is we do fun things, but then I've also pulled out this book. This book is quite advanced for her level, but it has really, really good stuff in it. And I showed this in our homeschool curriculum haul, so I'll link that video as well. You can check it out. But this is an amazing book. I absolutely love it. And you can go as surface level as you want or as deep as you want with it. So it's really good for many, many years and grade levels to use. It's a great investment. And it wasn't that expensive. It was only about $20. But for example, yesterday we made slime, and it told you that slime is a polymer. I pulled out this book, and then I went to the index, found the page all about polymers. And so we will read this a bit today. We didn't really get to it yesterday, but we can read through this, and then she can actually understand what she's doing with those slime experiments. Then, as always, we have this little art shelf back here. There's nothing thematic or special about for September. It is just always our art supplies available. Mostly our drawing, painting things. There's a few random like crafty bits in there, but that's always available to her. And we tend to do art kind of like a loop subject as well. She loves to draw, so she will just draw on her own loads. And then today actually is a Friday. We usually do art specifically on Friday. We make it a point to do like a really intentional art lesson. The other thing is read alouds and chapter books. Zia loves to read. I love to read to her, so we do lots of chapter books. I don't choose, at least so far, I haven't chosen anything that is super like trying to read like award-winning books or anything like that. I am reading to her whatever she is interested in, just to continue to develop that love for reading.
And probably my two favorite chapter books right now is Kitty and Daisy Dreamer.
Yes, so we've read loads of the Kitty series. I've talked about those before. The recent one that we're into is Daisy Dreamer, which is about a little girl and her imaginary friend. So we go through one of those little small chapter books like every 2 days. So we are reading loads.
And so Daisy Dreamer is about this little girl and her imaginary friend, which she like drawn in the book. And it comes alive, and then one of the stories is called The World of Make-Believe, and it's where her friend shows her where her friend is in the world of make-believe.
So one other thing that is incorporated kind of with art, kind of just handcraft basically, is I have this little basket. It actually lives in the living room because what I tend to do is we will focus on our main subjects we need to get done for that day in the schoolroom. So we will do like math and English in there, maybe some science. And then loop subjects we tend to do a little bit later in the day after we've had a bit of a break, and we do them in a more casual setting, so like in the living room, things like that. So this is her little handcraft basket where she's got sewing and crochet things mostly right now. Those are the two things that she's working on. So a couple days a week, we will pull up a YouTube video tutorial. She's got her little crochet hook with her yarn. See here, she was practicing slip knots. So this is her other aspect. This is super seasonal as well. We did not really do any handcrafts like this during the summer. This is, now that it's getting to the cozy seasons, we are busting out the handcrafts again. So that wraps up our September first grade level homeschool room tour. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope you found it helpful. Thanks for watching. If you like these kinds of videos, I would love to have you subscribe, visit with us every week. Also, don't forget to check the description box below for any links, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye.